now, which is also up on YouTube if you want to see. I'm just having trouble trying to finish runs because I keep getting killed early on for Fugitive. And essentially I've been getting nowhere for quite a bit. Even though it's slower than my unofficial time, it at least has video evidence, so it counts. There we go. Okay, we got hasty now. Took me almost 10 resets to start a run with hasty. So this will be my first actual run of this session. Yeah, as you can see, my run did not get sub 350. It's because of all the Sky Tower BS that caused me to have to do a pretty much unheard of strat to try to try to finish it, when all was looking as bleak as hell. But hey, as long as I can finish runs, that'd be great. Maybe you could try recruiting Pokemon Dungeon to make it easier. Well, with the guide that you use for speedrunning this, you pretty much never want to recruit anybody. Because here's the thing. They would increase the length of every turn that's done in a dungeon, which adds up extremely fast, considering you already have 2 Pokemon. And then, come on. So then here's the other thing. You essentially end up wasting Reviver Seeds as you go, if you just decide to let them all on your team like that. Like, you'd waste time, and you waste Reviver Seeds in the process. Nice, I need a Q Charm to go up, because I missed again. Why do I keep Tackle missing all of a sudden? Yeah, that's the thing. The only thing you'd have to really watch out for is that when you're heading in the Frosty Forest in the Fugitive section of the game, you have to make sure you go into Team and say farewell to Absol so he doesn't go into the dungeon with you. That usually ends up in me the fact that I just keep forgetting to do so. How few times I'm getting to there. It's just, I end up putting him into the dungeon, so I have to switch off all his moves, and he eventually just takes away my Reviver Seed, so then I have to go through and pretty much have, like, nothing to go into Magma Cavern in. Unless I get lucky we have Kekleon. And if I get lucky enough, I can actually have a few seats to spare for the dungeons. Because at Magma Cavern, in my PB, I essentially went in with none. I had to go in with none, and I got lucky enough to make it through on second try. Without a link box or anything to, like, try to save me, I guess. Is this adding the departure last bit? Yeah, that's the final split after Rayquaza. The last split post Rayquaza is just there. So you kind of like separate the Sky Tower peak floors and the ending split, which really doesn't have much variance at all, since you can just hold B and then it'll just play through the ending. It'll just play through the ending cutscene there. It's not like the main series Pokemon games where the last cutscene separating the champion from the Hall of Fame entry, you would still have to mash through because you don't have that auto mash through feature like in this game. Oh, Yellow Box. We got Yellow Box. Crazy stuff. Plus, the split doesn't even it's not even like an official name setting departure. You could just name it whatever. Alright, found Ground Rock. Found my YouTube channel. That's cool. No, get away from me. Squirtle, you better hit. Thank you. I was actually about to die. Instant fucking karma. Instant fucking karma. What a way to start. Already dead in Thunderwave. Yeah, you can die there. If you're as unfortunate as I am. You lose yourself like 3 minutes at that point. That's so dumb. Good old fucking Elekid. This is like the one game where Elekid's actually an asshole. Okay, this is bullshit. I'm actually getting fast floors this time. The few when I got fast floors after already dying once. Fine. If I ever end up starting to repeatedly die in a dungeon, I would give myself like multiple chances, and then if I feel it's really going downhill, I'll just give it up. which is what usually happens with my Mount Thunder attempts. The times I do get to Mount Thunder, they just fall apart most of the time. This is through some either random bullshit or it's on my part. Yeah, Elekid is honestly one of my more favorites of that. He's one of my favorite baby Pokemon on Gen 2. You know, the baby group, like Elekid, Magby, Smoochum, Teddiursa, Wooper. And I think I don't think Meryl would count towards the Pichu Brothers posse. I'm trying to remember the whole cast of the Pichu Brothers posse off the top of my head. But Elekid was not part of it. Yeah, I rarely die to Thunderwave 1, but it definitely is possible if you're pretty bad. Yeah, dying in this game usually costs you a lot of time, if not can flat out eliminate a run and its chance of being completable. Dying can cost so much time. And when I mean dying, I mean being defeated without a Reviver Seed in hand. And you don't get Reviver Seeds until after the second Tiny Woods. You don't get Reviver Seeds until the second Tiny Woods missions. Everything else is just, like, everything before Tiny Woods 2 is scripted. You get scripted rewards. Which would be Pecha Berry, some Pokey, and whatnot. So I need Rossberry. I need a Rossberry for Thunderwave Cave. My next visit. Oh, this Execute's in trouble. Execute spawns as an enemy in Tiny Woods. That doesn't help. Doesn't help that it's easy to mess up. Just fool yourself into thinking that. Squirtle, you messed up my timing, you fuck nuggets. So the fact that I'd be losing time all over the place, like, keep in mind, I can be 8 minutes ahead going into Sinister Woods. Like, I could even be like 9 minutes ahead going into Silent Chasm and Mount Thunder, and I could lose it all, which happened last night to one of my attempts that just went down the shitter as soon as Silent Chasm came along. Like, these games are brutal to speedrun. Like, speedruns in general are pretty difficult. There's a lot of games that I run there's a few games I run that are harder than this, in terms of just trying to, like, successfully speedrun. This game is already ranking pretty high in the games that I run that are pretty difficult to run list. And I see quite a few runners on the leaderboards for this game that have sub 3 and don't even do as many attempts. Like, there are some people that have gotten sub 3 in under 20, as if it wasn't even that hard for them. Here, I'm just struggling to get runs, to even progress. The times I do get runs to go along, it's Mount Thunder or something that usually just gangbangs me to the point where I can't even continue that, and it's just the whole breakdown. I need that for my sake. Figuring out my speedrun profile. Yeah. Spearow attack Squirtle. You suck. The third best time for Sonic Labyrinth? Yes. Yes, that's me. 1732. If it was submitted correctly. Nice off-screen. I came in. More off-screen shots, the better. In fact, I lost my only reviver seat on the first floor of this dungeon. This is already gonna be a poop run. This run's already gonna be a failure. What's wrong with the Tyrogue? What the hell is with all this Tyrogue? There's a very good chance this game wants to kill me. Oh. Oh, that's great. He already ran out of bubble and we're only on the 5th floor. Oh, this luck is pretty shit already. Squirtle already ran out of bubble. And I was barely halfway through Mount Steel. Like, this can already tell you this is already gonna be pretty bad. The fact that I have to switch off Squirtle's bubble right there. I can already just imagine I'm gonna have to die. I'm gonna end up dying. So if that happens, I wouldn't be surprised. Yep. I knew that was gonna happen. When I lose my only reviver seat on the very first floor of the dungeon, I can already tell it's gonna get really bad. It's just gonna go downhill immediately. My run finish rate on this thing is so bad. It's pretty much up there with my ratio that I used to have when I was first running Pokemon Red 90% glitchless. Where I'd pretty much just never get runs. Practically ever. I'd practically never get runs. And it would usually do my sum of best in that game being 20 minutes deviant from my PMD splits. But here it's more apparent when it's a 47-minute deviation. But then again, roguelike games, especially the Mystery Dungeon games of any kind, especially with the Final Fantasy-based Chocobo Mystery Dungeon, these games are random as fuck. And it's more apparent with this category where you're basically doing single segment. You're not allowed to save and quit out of the game or use Wonder Mail codes. Which in that case would be even less beginner friendly because you'd be finishing with a lower level. Yeah, that one Donkey Kong Jr. run. Oh, Squirtle is God. Yeah, that's the Atari 2600 version, or port rather. I'd rather call it version because there's like because the level order in that version's different, and it's quite drastic when I'm about to get fucked. Okay, there's no way you can just run around a corner, so I will have to wake this Panzer up. Give him a good beating. Come on. He's out of bubble. Alright. He's gonna need a vice grip. No, never mind, I already killed him. Alright, we're getting a bunch of gang ups from these guys. If I had an actually competitive time in this game, this would so not what I'd want. I'm not even gonna be ahead of my splits. If I can make it out of this fight. Although Skarmory just stares in the portrait like he doesn't even care about anything. Why do I always have to keep coughing the whole fuck time? Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't be ahead of the splits right now. Because of the Mount Steel death. You'd be in 24th place. Hey, guy, let me ask you something real quick. Did you enable... Did you set in the filters to allow emulator runs to show up in leaderboards for this game? Because like, since there's no truly accurate emulator for Gen 3 and beyond Pokemon games, and this is essentially a Gen 3 spin-off, this particular game, like, emulators are disabled, emulators are hidden by default on the leaderboards because they cannot contend for world record due to not being fully accurate. For Gen 1 and Gen 2, there is a Gambat-based fork of the emulator that has pretty much replicated the GB hardware, I think, practically, like, right down to everything. Right up there with BGB in terms of emulator to hardware accuracies. Which, in that case, Gen 1 and Gen 2 emulator runs actually can contend for world record. Even though for a time there was no accurate emulator years ago, which caused, when emulator rules came about for that game's leaderboards, it shifted all the way back to some really old console run, where then Warsaw had to take up the ante. And yeah. Your stream froze. What was the question? Essentially, this was about the emulator filter for this game's leaderboard, because it's not. There's no truly accurate emulator for GBA and newer to be considered for world record capabilities. For Pokemon games especially, for specifically Pokemon games. Gen 1 and Gen 2 have an emulator fork of Gombats, which is well done to the point where it actually is allowed for world record runs. For a time, this was not allowed, considering considering there was just no really accurate emulator out there at the time, especially years ago when it drastically changed up the leaderboards. I'm gonna switch notes. Alright, I need to go back for another Tiny Woods mission when I get to there. Yeah, emulator accuracy is always important, especially for like casual gaming and stuff. But for speedruns, accuracy is taken up to a whole new level when trying to match what the hardware does with assembly registers, because these video games and consoles used assembly code and pretty much relied on it. And this was for the longest time until I think the N64 and PlayStation came about, when disc-based games started becoming the standard, and now it's going back to cartridges with Nintendo Switch specifically. With no idea what the ninth generation of game consoles will do. Will everything go back to cartridges or something else? Yeah, all this emulator talk, for quite a time, the stuff used to confuse me as well. Also, some guy using weeb emotes. For speedruns, do you think it's fair when people get a speedrun by using in-game cheats? There are very few games with categories that explicitly allow them, but simply I would not. I actually know of a few speed games where it is allowed for specifically built categories. There's a kind of cheat percent for Spyro the Dragon 1, believe it or not, where you simply enable level select and then you just any percent your way through North Nexus as fast as possible, finish the game, which essentially results in a less than 4-minute run. It's pretty fast. There's SpongeBob Battle for Bikini Bottom, which has a cheat percent of its own. Specifically, the name of the category specifically went through a few changes, but right now it's called No Code Restrictions. Or you just simply enable yourself a whole bunch of codes to get yourself 80 spatulas, and then you just go right to the final fight and you do your Rubo sponge skip and you win the game. I swear there's mission objective here. Where the fuck is Marple? There you are. Hurricane, joke's on you. I had recently done another any percent run of Spyro 1. Managed to get myself a 51-minute 45 time, which is not that bad. It's actually more like the kind of times I'd want in that category. Getting closer to sub 50. Oh, here's the troublemaker. Why is speedrun Battle of Bikini Bottom? Well, here's the thing. If my computer was actually powerful enough to run Dolphin games at 60 FPS, which this thing is not really able to, I would be running Battle of Bikini Bottom like whenever, probably more often than what I'm intending for this game. Wait a second. Did I just skip out on a mission? Okay, let me just check this out. This is the second one. I skipped the mission. Okay. I think this one was for the Rossberry stuff that I didn't have. I believe one of my Thunderwave Cave missions involved a Rossberry, and I just did not happen to find any. I'd usually want to rely on the Kekleon having them in stock, because, like, especially in, like, some cases where there's some dungeons that just don't have the items you're looking for later on in the game. Let me just check this again. One sleep seed. Okay. I did have a sleep seed. But the problem is, I had lost it. Didn't the Kekleon shop have it? Oh god. Alright, so if I see a seed, then I'm just gonna go pick it up. There are chances it could just be a blast seed. Like, there's only two kinds of seeds you can reliably find in this game. Oh god, that's a short floor. Definitely not as bad as what PMD fan games can do with small rooms. You could get bootleg monster houses. That's a blast seed. No. I need a sleep seed. There we go. Alright, now that I have a sleep seed. There we go. Did someone say no green splits? It says it's not right here. Of course. Of course, the situation where I just do not get 2 Tiny Woods missions for this. And I have to bail out earlier than I would expect. Alright, so I'm gonna have to bail out early. Because Mission Luck keeps trying to get on my ass. It's not very likely you're just gonna get only 1 Tiny Woods mission off the bulletin board. Alright, once more from the top. There we go. So I know today's Mario Day, but I'm not going to participate in this one, unfortunately. I just want to continue on Blue Rescue Team runs. And if I wanted to, and if I really wanted to for Mario Day, I would have had to have waken up on a day that I didn't need a shower. In which this falls on a Sunday where I do have to do it later on, but... Like, I would have to wake up, like, maybe 6 or 7 in the morning and start, like, right there. Even though I already did shower the other day. No runners. I did shower the other day. Stop fucking jumping to conclusions. can't get around this. Can't get around the pseudo widow, especially when it's right next to there like that. Plus, it's not like I know you in person, so you can't go and, like, smell a bunch of dino lore. Cool tech, XD. If I could just find the stairs here, that'd be great. Oh, it's real good. Okay, that makes up for everything. So most likely I'm not going to gain any time. Then again, Silent Chase and Mount Thunder could just do everything well. Like it usually does. If I can ever get to the fugitive scenes, then I can actually get towards Sky Tower. Save a few seconds here, though. please have reviver seeds. I'm begging of you. Okay, he's got one. So yeah, because Oranberry, I'm gonna buy this. Wait, no, he doesn't have it on him. Okay. Alrighty. So at least I got something from Kekleon. Alright, need that for a mission. I'm stuck in cringe mode. God, they have quick attack, which extends out one more box of range. Yeah, they got quick attack, which can already be a bit of a problem. Okay, we're heading to Mount Thunder again. See how many times in a row I just died at Mount Thunder before I give up. At least I'll actually be ahead of my splits again. I believe I have my mission stuff already, so I'm just gonna give it another check. Correct, okay. I need some revive receipts because I feel like I have none right now. Space. Oh yeah, I only have one. Dang it. Okay. Fine. I guess I'll go with this. And Petrify Orb. Okay. That'll be good for monster houses. That'll be good for Sky Tower. If I was lucky enough to not die from here all the way to Sky Tower, this would be a fucking dream. Alright, time for the worst. Time for the absolute worst to happen. Oh yeah, because we're both slow and he gets to do 2 attacks. Let's see how bad this goes. Yesterday was flat out awful. Shit. The fact he had an oranberry on him actually came in handy. He happened to have that thing on him, Silent Chase, but it happened to come along right here. Perfect time. Oh god. Alright. I'm gonna have to expect to get hit by Fury Attack. Yes. I figured. Alright, now I have the power band, I'm very likely to just kind of pull through attacks and stuff. Not having the power band usually leads to devastation. He missed both. Whew. Oh, that's great. He just hit Thunderwave twice in a row. You can't attack when that happens. Gold split. I had to go for that. I had to go for the run through. Not only to get a gold split, but to just make it through. Hey, we have another gold split finally. We're actually getting somewhere. If I die those. Okay, 0 reviver seeds. Oh, come on. Thunder Punch. Are you fucking serious? Don't. Nice. I just died. So now my power band's gone. But hey, at least I made it to the checkpoint, so I can actually consider continuing this. Cool game. It's put me on the verge of death. So the thing is, I happen to have double slap, so I can actually just use that. So I can actually just spam double slap. Double slap hits pretty hard. God damn it. Alright, let's try this again. Alright, there's a strat in the case that denied double slaps just miss. Because here's a strat, I can just do that. I'll hit him with attract again. So then it'll reset the infatuation stuff. Then you just spam double slap until dead. This is the strat you would do if you pretty much don't have any Reviver Seeds to lose. Also, I'm pretty much just gonna have lots of dead time here. So hey, we got past Mount Thunder. Now for the good stuff. Because this dungeon's so bullshit. Why is it that on the Mystery Dungeon Portraits archive stuff, there are none of those things for like Tyranitar for his shocked face. Why is that not up on there? Like, come on, I want to use that. See, I'm going to be behind on my splits again. Really nice. Fun game, right? Hopefully, okay, if I have enough Pokey, I can actually, Okay, do I even have enough Pokey? Oh, yeah, I wouldn't. Shit. And my gold ribbons are gone. That's really nice. Okay, I guess we're just gonna have to go right to Great Canyon and hope I don't get murdered. This is real fun. Well, so here's the thing. I don't even have any Pokey, so I can't even, like, double slap. So I couldn't even, like, double slap on the skate. It just randomly starts running away after the move finishes. Oh, this means trouble. I have to do it like this just because of all the stuff that happens. Without any Poke, I can't even like move, so that's why I can't even like double slap moments. Damn it! He just took Squirtle's soul. This bastard just took Squirtle's soul and evaporated it from life. Damn! That is savage. Okay, so at this point, I pretty much wouldn't have anything I could really sell to try to get 150 Poke for. I'm essentially fucked. Yeah, there's nothing in storage, so I essentially can't sell enough to try to link these moves up. Because look at this. That only totals up to 27 Poke. That's not even close. So I'm gonna have to deal with it. So as much as I thought I would have had a shot to get to like the rest of the game, considering the situation I'm in right now, and I'm forced to go without Poke, so I can't even link my moves properly, I am kind of screwed. Kind of screwed over by the game, actually. I don't know how much longer this attempt will go on for, but I'm pretty sure this thing is going to die around this point. And of course, like, picking up Poke doesn't help when you lose it all upon dungeon defeat. And plus, I only have like one. And plus, I only have one opportunity afterwards to try to fix this stuff up for the fugitive part of the game. Get in there. Oh boy. Come on, why does that keep missing? I gotta get rid of the Pokemon that can use Peck and just wreck my Skitty. Plus, I want to build up more Poké to get possible Reviver Seeds. If, you know, I happen to be lucky enough. Also, I don't have any max elixirs, so I will have to go through this as is. And if my Pokemon de-link, that's too bad. Oh, max elixir. Speaking of the devil. Well, that's bullshit. You're hitting right through. You're hitting right past the wall. Just trying to hit me past the wall. That's ridiculous. Like, you know, that's actually kind of bullshit. Meant to, just trying to pull the moves. Oh my god. Please kill. Because I don't have any Reviver Seed chances. No, I'm going at it. Alright, now I'm out of double slap. And I'm dead. Squirtle was fucked too. We had a Breloom and a Murkrow and everything else trying to get on me. Alright, I'm just gonna give this like maybe one more chance and they'll kind of do it in. Can I even sell max elixirs for that much? Oh, perfect. I can do. I have to sell out my orange berries, and I have to take out the max elixir so I can just barely make up the cost. All right, now I can link. If I don't make it through this time, then I can pretty much tell that this is all bust. now that I actually have my moves linked, I don't have to keep going to the menu using double slap. Also memory stuck. Oh, come on. You gotta be kidding me. You're hitting both. I basically can't do anything. Wow, he just knocked me to sleep. You are serious? You're serious on that one? Pretty sure I don't have apples. Oh wait, no, I do. There's the two I happen to still have. After being defeated multiple times, regardless. So know about the D-Link. So now I gotta have Squirtle kill everything until I can get to the end. And Squirtle's poisoned, just great. There's nothing I can do. I don't have it. There's no fetch berries. So now I gotta hope he just lives. I find the stairs in time. Ooh, okay. Oh my god. Oh boy, we actually made it. Alright, time for the fugitive part of the game. After a bunch of bullshit dying and stuff, I'm surprised this thing is still going. This thing's impressive. This thing's impressive. Like, look at all these fucking waving splits all over the place. 7-minute deficit. God damn. Do I even have enough Pokey for Reviver Seed purchases? Do I have enough? Okay. Okay, so I should have my missions and stuff, which I pretty much did. So then now I have to kind of hope the rest of the game goes out in a way that I can still progress. But then at this point, I'm not sure. I'm going in with a 7-minute deficit. Like, I'm going out 7 minutes behind. And if I happen to do a first try Sky Tower run, I could save the thing if I am not all over the place. Sad Skitty. Well, this reminds me of Drooped Ditto. So I'm ready, Scratch. So let's kind of get this started. I just happened to cool spot. Also, I can't move when Squirtle's confused. Yeah, gold split sound. I changed it up this time because I felt like I wanted it to fit a little more. But this particular layout takes on having a little Giratina cry play out for gold splits. Oh my god, there's an arena. Oh Jesus! Okay. Okay, calm down. You don't get hit that hard. You don't get that hard. You don't get hit that hard yet from double kick. It gets worse later. But it's not that bad right now. It is bad to get hit by double kick in general, but right now at worst it would deal like half the damage if both hits go through. But in the late game dungeons, especially Magma Cavern, you'd pretty much go down from even a single kick to the face. So yeah. The fact that I gold splitted the cutscenes. Look at all these bag-ons. Oh, I almost missed out on a link box that just popped out of nowhere. Saving a little bit of time, though. That was not expected. I once spawned onto a Kekleon shop. It was one of those 5x5s, which was one of those late game dungeons as far as I was concerned. Okay, that was colorblind. The fact I'm actually having a run going at him is really nice. It's really nice to actually have a run going this time around. I mean, if your dungeon luck was crazy enough, you could actually just like skip having apples. You definitely still want to have one, of course. Especially since it gets really nasty at this point. I don't know how you would disable link moves, so... Shouldn't be wasting my time with that, considering how fast these floors are. Especially with how fast those floors were going, I did not want to waste time getting my gold split. Well, at least we'll be saving a little time on the split, which would be a gold. See, I probably shouldn't have wasted my time with stuff for the move linking. Alright, gold split incoming. It's flying over the place. They're everywhere. The fuck? Every double slap hit just missed him. Alright, so I'm pretty glad I have my power band and special band stuff on Skinny and Score respectively, because otherwise this would not be going too well. Hey, there's Lyrod. Here's beautiful land dino. Too bad we have to kill him. Too bad we have to kill beautiful land dinos on the run. Lucky I still have an apple. Dude. I died here in PB from a Rhyhorn. Just keep that in mind. Rhyhorn using Fury Attack is what got me last time, I believe. Fast floor is now to hope I don't get murdered by Articuno. Beautiful. Beautiful fight. Got another gold split going. Forgot the Absol switch off. Whatever. I don't even have any reviver seeds, so it doesn't even matter. It doesn't matter. If I don't have any reviver seeds, then just bringing an Absol wouldn't even change. It wouldn't change anything. I'm always forgetting that part, but like you can always just switch off his moves and it will eventually just go away. There's Pupitar. Yeah, Absol catches up pretty damn fast. Alright, I'm gonna see if this thing works here. Movement, strats... Never mind. Never mind, it didn't do too much. I was trying to avoid hitting those tiles. Punch. Oh, Zangoose. Come on, come on. Yesterday was already Zangoose Day. What's the deal? Duh! Oh my god. Dead from Fury Swipes. Out of my control. That was not my fault this time. Now I gotta remember. Now Absol won't be in my way. But even then, I pretty much just died and lost my time. And now I don't have my banned items, because they're both taken out. Well, I still have this. I'm surprised I still have my link box. Oh my god, another link box. Pineco, you stinker. Died on 10 after Fury Swipes from a Vigoroth. Vigoroth is so powerful that if he Fury Swipes, you're basically dead. And if you don't have Reviver Seeds, say goodbye to your run. So that thing hit hard. Gee, there's multiple link boxes. I think this game wants to ensure I don't lose them all at this point. Even though I'm practically on the brink of just not even having a chance to really do something with this, I guess. Another link box, that's 4! Mount Freeze is giving a shitload of them! It's got Fury Attack! Even Swablu is fearful! Fear everything, even Swablu! Even the most harmless, you should be scared of. God damn, how do you make a simple Swablu terrifying? Well, may as well ask Game Freak, they figured it out. Chunsoft, because they were the ones who developed this. They practically created this one. Don't. Come on, okay. I did not want him to do Fury Swipes because that would immediately wipe me out. Vigoroth is just bad enough, but Fury Swipes is an immediate killer. Get away. Oh god, Fury Attack? Oh god. Zangoose and Vigoroth are the biggest threats in this dungeon as far as I'm concerned. The biggest threats. Thank god I have an apple. Slay King? Why? Already has that. Not like this. Okay. So, this floor luck is kind of considerable. This, like, imagine if I had ridiculous floor luck for that last, for 4F also. That would have been great. I'm surprised I'm still making it through here. Jesus Christ, look at all that time loss that I had to deal with just from dying over and over. Look at this. And I'm still keeping this thing going. I'm amazed. Okay, good, this thing is still up. This thing is still recording. Okay. Time for the meat of things. Okay. There we go. Okay, Upper Forest. Wow, if that's the only Pokemon here that speaks Pokemon. Alright, I need some huge apples. Okay, there's one, that's fine. I don't have enough pokey for reviver seeds, so I guess I'm just gonna go in. Alright. I thought disable prevented you from using a certain move, not flat out paralyze you. This game's got some weird. This game's got a problem already. This game's got an actual continuity problem. Hacks. How is that? How is all of this missing? How am I missing everything? Come on. Okay, time for chestnuts. Let's see if I can see how many I find. Alright, that's a start. I already found one. Okay, that's fine. Alright, so just one chestnut, that's fine. I mean, that's what you'll usually get. You're very likely to just get one chestnut. So that was a really fast first run. If I happen to get double chestnut on this kind of upper forest split, I would die. I would actually die. Like that, it would be crazy if on this kind of split I actually got double chestnut. And I feel like Humus definitely has gotten that. We'll have the set. Look at that little formation. That's awesome. So I just gotta run through it again like I usually would. And get ourselves a chestnut. Oh yeah, my inventory's full. Okay. Didn't really expect that. Didn't expect a full inventory, but that's fine. Jeez, that thing follows like nothing else. Okay, this is very damn fast. Alright, get a chestnut and then I should be okay. Oh god, they already picked one up. Alright, I'm on the lookout for a C-dot. Is that thing using growth while also holding that chestnut? Is it you? Is it you? What the fuck? I actually missed every move! I actually missed every attempt at trying to hit. Oh, okay. Oh, and I actually need an inventory slot. So what I'm gonna do real quick. Wow, what a quick split. That was a pretty fast no double chestnut of Brute Forest, in my opinion. In my opinion, that was pretty damn fast. Wow, I'm actually gonna goal split this by several minutes. If I got double chestnut, I would have fucking died. I'll gold split by 3 minutes. This is awesome. And that's without double chestnut. This is a 3-minute gold split without chestnut. That's a mid-12 without double. Watch this. That's fucking crazy as shit. Man, what a crazy split. Alright, now I have to remember to get this. Okay. Alright, which one Squirtle's gonna take out? Alright, so I can just take out the one right there, and Squirtle will get the other one. For sure. Spiro, come on. None of them are near missions, which is really nice. Since that means I don't have to rely on having a certain item on me. This is the case for Tiny Woods, though, because of the mission selection I got. Oh my god, can my dog stop barking? I don't want to de-link, but yeah, I'm already about to de-link myself. Alright, now I gotta check what this last mission is, either on 8 or 9. 8, alright. Ooh, what a gold split I'm about to get. I'm about to gold split by roughly a minute. Oh, this is gonna be good. Yep, gonna gold split by a minute. Look at this. Making a comeback. Man, these gold splits are coming out like crazy. I'm the right on. Alright, I needed a sleep seat as far as I was concerned, right? Oranberry, okay. Alright, that makes up for everything. Miss? Come on. Oh, perfect timing. Those orange berries were right next to him. What a better time than now to get orange berries. That'll essentially give me like an extra, assuming I already had one. Also, I'm about to gold split again. One more for the road before Magma Cavern just drives me into the floor. Yep. One more. One more gold split. time for the rest of the game, this is going to be a bit of a disastrous outbreak. Because, these last two dungeons are very fucking risky. Angry Blastoise. I need reviver seeds. Well, once I sell some. Alright, I have quite a few link boxes, so I'm just gonna sell extras. Cause I happen to have like a whole bunch of those. Anywho. Alright, how many do you have? 2! Okay, that's fine. I'll go in with quite a few revivers. So I'll actually have a chance with Magma Cavern this time around. And I'm gonna check here in case I, do they happen to have a Petrify Orb? Dang it. Okay. I lost mine from being defeated in other dungeons, so, okay. So I may as well just take all my reviver seeds and go. Oh, I happen to have this now. Okay, so I'm going in with 3, that'll be fine. That'll be fine, 3 reviver seeds. Okay. So let's get started with all the magma craze. Because I need reviver seeds. Gotta take all of them. Oh boy. Time for Nido King to punch me in the face with his foot and just and just pretty much destroy me. Ooh. We're spawning right next to him. Right in front of the Nito boy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Why are we showing up in front of a bunch of them? This is not what I like. I do not like the looks of the fact that we have so many Nito Kings coming out of nowhere. And come on, I haven't even gotten started yet. Oh my god. They're coming one by one. They don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. I forgot the rest of the lyrics. All-Star is so relatable here. It's ridiculous. Nah, stamina band's not much. I'm actually gonna want that apple. I'm surprised it deals a lot of damage just with water gun alone. Oh my god, right on. What are you doing here? Wow, are you kidding me? A monster house? Oh my god. This is only the worst. This is the worst that can possibly happen. I'm pretty much about to just die. And he's using Fury Attack. Well, I reward my Reviver Seeds. As if I can make out of this alive. If I can get out of here alive tonight, then I'm pretty much guaranteed to have like no Reviver Seeds after this. Especially since I'm getting gangbanged. I'm getting gangbanged by everything here. Yeah, considering we're both poisoned, I'm pretty much guaranteed to just die. And actually lose the dungeon because of that. Keep in mind, I went in with 3 reviver seeds. I already lost 1. Assuming we both can't heal out of poison, then there goes the rest of my seeds. They'll be all gone. Petra Scarf is too late. You know, when the going gets tough, this is pretty much what we gotta do. I can't heal off the poison because, yeah. Okay, we're out of that monster house craze. Well, not again. Once more, we're being poisoned. There goes another one. So now I only have 1 reviver seed left. Are you fucking kidding me? A second monster house. A second one. A second fucking monster house. I'm actually dead now. I'm actually dead. Because now we have 3 Rhydon. We have 3 Rhydon, 2 Sand Slash, and 4 Golem. I'm actually dead now. There's not much of a chance I can make it out of here alive. That's just great. 2 monster houses in one go. We have another one, and we have another Rhydon on my Squirtle's butt. Tail, rather. Come on, Squirtle, go get that Rhydon. Get him. Oh, Jesus, 262 for that. Holy fuck, that's 2 monster houses we made it through, and I'm surprised I actually lived. Both of them. Oh, I forgot minimize makes his evasion +2. So it becomes +2 evasion with minimize, because minimize goes up by 2. Oh my god, that's my last seed. That's my last seed. So now I cannot afford to get another gangbang. Or it's pretty much over. That's my last seed. Yep. Yep, still going with that response. Alright, if I can at least get this checkpoint. Whew! Fucking hell yeah. Gold splits on the fucking horizon. Okay. Alrighty. Okay. Do try to ancient power. Cool. Okay. We're alive. We're alive. Oh boy. Minus 5 minutes. Oh my god. is only going to mean tragedy if I die now. So I'm actually on pace to do something good here. Okay. Get somebody to the stream. I might be able to. I might have a PB chance. Okay, we need a bunch of reviver seeds. Kekleon, come on. Oh boy, okay, so we're going in with 0. Okay, I have an idea. I'm gonna sell all my extras for a bunch of Pokemon. We're gonna do the strats. So then I have one link box there in case. Another special band here. Dig. Because one of the Rhydons had it. And sell that. Come on, have the item. Dang it. Okay, so we're going to Felicity Bank here. I don't even think Kangaskhan has anything else in here. Nope. This RNG is stupid. 0 reviver seeds. That is just great. I'm starting to doubt that this run has any chance. Well, may as well take every risk you possibly have, and having no reviver seeds, I'm basically screwed. May as well give it one try. And once I die, I'll get myself some reviver seeds and we're gonna go again. Hopefully make it through. These gold splits are fucking crazy though. Like, look, I gold split by 3 minutes in Upper Forest, a small bit on the second Mount Steel, a little bit more with Tiny Woods 4, and then a few minutes more with Magma Cavern. And I got 2 monster houses in Magma Cavern. I still gold split by a few minutes. That's fucking crazy. Something else. With all those deaths at the start, I'm kind of surprised this thing is actually coming out to be something really good. So basically, as long as I wouldn't die far in the Sky Tower, I would actually have a PB chance to get sub 350. How did that miss? Oh yeah, I would use the gravel rocks for Shedinjas. They'll just go down with 1 rock. You can just rock them out of the way, it's easy. Okay, as soon as I enter 3, please do not give me a fucking monster house. Please, for the love of God. I already faced it last time. I already dealt with a monster house right on the 3rd floor. Please don't do this again to me. Thank you. It's like, I'm just gonna set it in case for Shedinjas. Those will be popping up until 7, so at that point... Oh my god, no. He just knocked off Special Band right as I went onto the other floor. Oh boy. What a robbery. I think just fucking committed robbery. Nope, attack the fortress. Attack fortress. I'm gonna throw a gravel rock up in this way. Tech band. Oh my god. I didn't even know that item existed in this game. No, you're not joining my team. You'll just waste my non-existent reviver seeds. He's night shading. No, come on. Oh, thank God I found Power Beyond. No! Squirtle, don't! No! I can't even do anything. That's why I did my Felicity Banks strategy. Yep. Now I'm dead. I can't do anything. Alright, we're doing the strategy. We're doing the Reviver Seed, Felicity Bank stuff. Here we go. Because this went to shit because of a single Confuse Ray and getting gangbanged in the corner. I'm gonna take all of it, and I'm gonna go and spam this thing and hope to God I get some Reviver Seeds. Okay, that's 2. I want at least 4, so I'm just gonna run through Tiny Woods repeatedly until I can get this sorted. Can't believe I had to do that thing again. Sky Tower is never nice. Sky Tower is never nice. The one time it was nice, and it was not even in my PV, it was in my offline run. So it's like I'm never gonna be able to match that time for a while until I get lucky. Oh my God, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I want all of this, please. Does he happen to have... Nope. Still gonna run through Tiny Woods again. And then hopefully this time he has something. Hope he has some other stuff for me. Really nice because, yeah. What? What is this exchange? What kind of exchange is this? Okay, one more check. I'm gonna check one more time, and then I'm off for real. Beautiful. Beautiful. All the reviver seeds. Give me them all. Give me fucking everything. Wait, can I sell anything else, though? Petroscarf. I think Petrify Orb's like 800 or something. Jeez, this is excessive. Nope. Alright. For real this time. Let's go. Warp Scarf! Oh my god, we got it on the first floor. Alright, I don't have to worry about it now. I have it. I don't even have to worry. Just have it right then and there. God, I'm directly in the line of fire here. Oh my god, Shuppet, what are you doing? You're trying to go through walls with that. If you're already inside a wall, that won't work. See, if I timed my goal split, I would be on pace for sub 330. That'd already be ridiculous for me, but it would be a standard time for practically everybody else. For me, that would be amazing. Considering how bad of luck I keep getting. I'm gonna make room for that. Because I already happen to be hungry and I need to that. Comet hits multiple times? Are you for real? Alright, aren't I about to delink? Yeah. Alright, I'll have Squirtle try to take care of the rest of the guys until eventually he comes. Are you fucking kidding me? Bunch of Caesars. They're all gonna use agility and speed themselves up, and then I'm gonna get murdered. If there were Aerodactyls, it would have been over before it even started. Gotta get rid of the Caesars because they'll counter. And they'll do either counter or pursue. All my reviver seeds, they're all dead and buried. Sometimes I wish the sun would just explode. When God comes and calls you to his kingdom, I'll take you all to mountains wherever I go. Yada 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 yada. This is actually sad. I just got my reviver seeds swiped. So now I only have 4 left. tragedy. It's got safeguard. Are you kidding? Silver Wind. Please. Don't do it. Ah! Alright, we're going full force. It's game over. I'm fucked. Oh my god, I'm opening up ShareX right now because this is actually just bad. And I don't have any orbs. It's game over, I'm dead. Oh my god. The best I can do... The best I can possibly do here is fend them off. This is the best chance I even have. Hurricane, you spoke too soon. I just got a 25th floor monster house again. This is the second time I've gotten one on the 25th floor. It's over. It's over. End me already. Just end me. It's over. Thank you. Hit the stairs. Hit the stairs. Please make it to the stairs. Oh my fucking god! Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. I actually lived. I actually fucking lived. I actually fucking lived a monster house. Away. Activate. Thank you. go. Let's go. Fuck yes! We got sub 340. With a death in Sky Tower, with like probably one of the worst early games I could have like possibly went with. A death in Sky Tower and a monster house on the 25th floor, including 2 monster houses in Magma Cavern. What a way to end it. What a way to end it. Oh my god. What a comeback. Just imagine I was this far behind all because of Great Canyon and because of all this waving time lost throughout. Just to imagine I was that far behind. 8.5 minutes for practically the entirety of the fugitive part, and after like wow. I can't believe this. This is just amazing. I actually survived a monster house on the 25th floor. The stairs were close enough. What a run. Just imagine I was gold splitting all the rest of these splits afterwards. Amazing. I'm glad it's actually got a really good time for this one. Wow. And it's barely a sub 340. Amazing. What a run. Alright, time coming up. Perhaps you will meet again. Awesome run. 3:39:47. Oh my god. Oh my god. The last half of this run was fucking crazy. Oh my god. I can't believe this. I cannot believe this actually just happened. Wait, nope. Hold on. We're uploading it. Oh my god. Wow, I just can't believe this actually pulled through. This run pulled through with that fucking uproar forest. That is amazing, to say the least. I am fucking amazed. We did it. Sub 340. Oh man. I'm pretty happy about this one. The fact that I just barely missed up 350 last round, and then I got a 339. Just look at how bad this early game was, though. I can't even count how many times I died, but I died here. I died on the first Thunder Wave. I can't tell if I died in Mount Steel. I believe I did. Yeah, there was a Mount Steel death there. I died to Zapdos. I died twice in Great Canyon. I died once in Mount Freeze. Deathless Magma Cavern, and then I died to 9F Sky Tower Monster House. I'm amazed. Wow. Maybe someday I'll get sub 3, but I don't know. I don't know when I'm gonna get sub 3, but it'll be quite a long time from now with all this luck. All the times I keep dying, I just can't tell anymore. So I'm just gonna recount my deaths again. So, 1 in the first Thunder Wave, 1 in Mount Steel. Death to Zapdos. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. So I died 8 times this run.